Hello everyone. Um, Quick video. I'm gonna try to explain how Bladestorm works on Fury, the both the normal Bladestorm as well as the Bladestorm that you can proc from Signet. They work kind of differently. They have some similarities, but they do work kind of differently. So let's go first onto the normal Bladestorm. Without any haste, it says that it does damage over 4 seconds. So if you have no haste, what it does is when you click on it, when you click it, it's gonna attack once every enemy that, well, up to 8 enemies within 8 yards. Um, it's gonna attack them once immediately, and then again 1 second later, and then again 1 second. So it's gonna attack every 1 second, including at the start. So it's gonna attack 5 times. Um, and whatever damage you see, by the way, on the tooltip, divided by 5, and that's roughly how much damage it's gonna take. I've also found that for some reason, you know, I mean, let's gear up and show you guys. Uh, so yeah, okay. Let's go on this terrain dummy. Um, for some reason, like if you look at Bloodthirst, it says it does 2,000 damage, 2,100, and then if we pull out the log, um, it actually does quite a bit less. It does like 1,500, so about 2/3 only. Now, if you look at Bladestorm, it says it does 9k damage right now. Well, alright, so what do we have? Each attack, unbuffed, that did about 1100 main hand and let's say 500 offhand. So each attack does about 1600, 1700 damage. So 1600 times 5 is 8000. So it's much closer. I don't know why, like, that's actually something I don't know. I don't know if that's the case with all AoE versus targeted abilities, but yeah, Bladestorm does quite closer to what it says than Bloodthirst or Raging Blow. Um, anyway, so that's the first thing. Now, here's the thing. Here's the difference. Uh, what if you have haste? So, if you remember before, it said it does the damage over 4 seconds. Now it does the damage every 3 second over 3 seconds. So essentially, how Bladestorm works in both cases is it will do damage every at the start when you click it, and then every 2/3 of your global cooldown. So when we were naked, the global cooldown is the unbuffed global cooldown 1.5 seconds, and it attacks every 1 second. So that's 2/3 of the global cooldown. So with a global cooldown of 1.11, 2/3 of that is about 0.74 seconds. So when I do Bladestorm like this, that's how often it attacks. Um, so the thing is with the normal Bladestorm, when you as you increase your haste and stuff, all it does really it just finishes faster. It just does everything faster essentially. Now the proc from Signet works quite differently. So the proc from Signet essentially, um, it's gonna try to Bladestorm for 4 seconds every time. All right. So it's gonna attack once immediately when you click it, and then what it does is it basically looks at your global cooldown and okay, let's do this as an example. So my global cooldown I said was 1.11 seconds. So and I said Bladestorm always attacks every 2/3 of a global cooldown. So it's gonna attack every 0.74 seconds. So what it does is essentially it attacks however many times it can within 4 seconds. And with with a time between attacks being 0.74 seconds. I mean, I'm just gonna write here. So we have an attack at 0 seconds, then an attack at 0.74, then 0.74 times 2. Um, I'm gonna calculate this just to make this very clear. So which is 1.48, and then a 2.22, and then 2.96, and then 3.7. So it's gonna attack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. It can't attack any more times because it will actually end in 3.7 seconds. Exact. Well, assuming my calculations are correct, it's gonna end there. So let's try this. Let's hope we can actually proc it. Nope. Now, anyway, this is definitely true. I mean, even if I can't prove it right now, I'll just wait a bit. So essentially, like, this is why it feels like, if you've played Warrior for a while, it feels like this Recklessness Bladestorm doesn't, um, doesn't finish faster. Um, it always will try to attack as many times as it can within 4 seconds. Here it can't attack the whole 4 seconds, it can attack for 3.7 seconds. And by the way, when it does this last attack, it's gonna finish. It's not gonna keep going till 4 seconds and not do anything. It's not gonna waste your time. Um, so yeah, I mean, maybe you can also plan maybe your haste around this so that maybe you can get one extra attack at 3.95 seconds or something. Um, if you're doing M plus, I guess that would help. So yeah, and by the way, obviously, like I said in my previous video, your haste, like, you need to take into account everything. I mean, typically, all you will have is just enrage, but sometimes you might have bloodlust or power infusion or something extra. But maybe finding the correct amount of haste so that you can maybe get one extra attack here, or you know maybe this is pointless. Maybe you want to make this a bit shorter. Maybe you want a bit less. Oh, never mind. This is without enrage. I think actually with enrage I get one more attack, and in my case it lasts 3.85 seconds. I mean, I'll just do. Let me try again, by the way, and hopefully you guys can check here. It's really hard, but if you try to pause. If you remember, I have a weak aura. Like, let me show you. I have this weak aura, and it tells here how many seconds are left. If I do this now and it procs without any buffs, it's gonna start at 3.7 over here. I didn't proc again. That's annoying. Okay, well, let's do it with enrage actually. So, well, that's the idea. So, normal Bladestorm attacks 5 times always. It shortens the entire duration, whereas uh, Signet Bladestorm tries to attack as many times as possible within a 4-second window, and both of them attack every 2/3 of your current global cooldown. That's how it works. And by the way, this week or if you have it, it only shows correctly for. I mean, I assume you guys know this if you've been using it. Come on, man. Let's at least show this once. By the way, my haste is 55.27. Alright, let's see. Well, you guys are probably gonna need to pause the video, but yeah. Now, if I try, let me calculate with enrage with 5.27. Oh, let me just look at my global cooldown instead, because that's how we did before. 0.97. I mean, that's not gonna be as accurate, but whatever. So that's a 64.666. 2/3 of my global cooldown during enrage is 64.6666. So how many times can it? So it's gonna attack at 0 seconds, 0.64 seconds, and then we calculate, and then at 1.29, and then 1.93. Oops. 94 actually. And then 2.59, 3.23, and I think one more, yeah, 3.88. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks. Whereas before we got 6 attacks. All right. First of all, let's check that we get 6 attacks. Wait, I actually did it earlier, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks. I can't remember if this was the normal Bladestorm. Let's just go to one of the earliest. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a normal Bladestorm. Whereas, okay, so we did get 6 attacks. Now let's hope we actually manage to proc it. Alright. So this should get me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks, and the timer will roughly start at 3.8, not 3.7. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, here's the last one. 1 did the Ramparts and Skulking Predator at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm sure if you pause the video, you'll find that it starts around. The timer starts at 3.8, maybe 3.9, whereas for the previous case, it would start at 3.7. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.